UBA match of the day right now. We've got Vain versus Dysfunctional Bowlers. Playoff positioning is definitely on the line for Vain. Their playoff existence could also be on the line. Now, Raul, you're starting off a little bit on the wrong foot. I see you're either taking a blind or one of your bowlers is in here. What's going on?
Yeah, one of the bowlers, he has some card trouble, and he's almost here, but it is what it is, you know? Things happen.
Now, you guys, up until this past weekend, you had 3 of the 6 titles. So you still have a decent number of belts in your repertoire. You have both tag belts. How is that focus going to affect your match today?
None. I take each match one match at a time, and I just only do what I can do what's in front of me. So this match is here, what's important, and that's what I'm worrying about. And once this is over, then my next match, I worry about that and just keep it going.
Now, Justin, this guy used to be on your team, and he now has his own team. How much of this is a little bit of payback, and how much of this is win here, and you're in really good shape in terms of playoff positioning?
We're worrying about winning the bowl for playoffs. Pass is the pass. It is what it is. We're here to bowl.
Last year, it got to the Final 8. I'm sorry, got to the Sweet 16. Almost made it to Battle Bowl.
Yeah, we lost here. Lost here, actually, almost on these pairs.
Yeah, one set over. How much of that is coming into play today?
It's not going to come into play at all. Even like I said, the pass is the pass. We're going to bowl today and hopefully take a win and move on and hopefully make the playoffs. That's all we can do.
All right, so we've got the past versus the present, and we'll see what the future holds. Good luck to both of you guys. Good luck to both teams. This is Gordon Pepper. Hello, everybody, out there in UBA land. So right now we are going to be, now because this is my district, I'm also going to be running brackets and other things, so I'm going to be doing a massive amount of multitasking today between running stuff. So basically what we have right now, this is your UBA match of the weekend. And it's very simple here. You have 2 teams that know each other very well. They've had a very strong rivalry, both in terms of placement and, of course, the World Championship Series. Both teams have had their own share of successes. Right now, Dysfunctional Bowlers this season is as of right now number 1, and they're chasing after it. And chasing after them is Vain. And keep in mind, last year Vain was 1 match away from going to Battle Bowl. This one should be fun. So first of all, hello to everybody. Second of all, if you're not used to a UBA match, this is how this works. In a UBA match, you have 3 sets of lanes. You have a scratch pair, that's the first one further to the right, and you have 2 handicap pairs. Handicap pair is number 1 is going to be in the middle. Handicap pair number 2 is going to be on the right. Handicap is 70% of 250. It is 2 points per game, 4 points per series, and the overall wood for all 9 teams is 10. That is the most crucial because traditionally, I would say at least 90% of the time, if you win the wood, you win the match. Now, the number of points that you get for the match is added to your cumulative score. That is important because at the end, the 4 teams with the highest cumulative score in their district will go on to the playoffs and possibly Battle Bowl and possibly the Wilder Cup as the Battle Bowl champions. So this is going to be fun already. A lot of people have always considered me the dark cloud. Heh. And the reason being is that when I'm around, 300s usually don't happen. Right now, a bunch of bowlers with at least the front 3 or the front 4 will definitely be checking out the scratch pair. For Dysfunctional Bowlers, you had, up until 2 weekends ago, your UBA heavyweight champion, Northeast side, David Nagelhout. And so right now he is anchoring and looking right there. That shot is good. Strike over there. Dysfunctional Bowlers coming in on paper had the better scratch squad. That being said, if you look at Vain right now, there's only 1 non-strike, and everything else so far has been strikes. Vain taking full advantage of the fact that a Dysfunctional Bowler has not shown up on the scratch side. They are stuck with a 170. Vain right now looking to take advantage. That was something I sort of intonated with at the beginning interview. So it's going to wind up happening here is scratch side is going to try to, as we say, make hay while the sun shines, try to get as much of a lead on the scratch side as humanly possible. And then hopefully if they can do even more on the handicap side, they're going to have a great lead. Now, let's look at the handicap side here a little bit. Right now, handicap side is close. Looks like Maine's got a slight edge, very slight, probably around 2 pins. Edge on handicap pair number 1, handicap pair number 2. It looks like In Vain is, actually that looks even as well. Rudy Parker right now up, well, will be up eventually on his functional bowler side. Now, let me explain what the letters are. A, B, C on the left-hand side looks like they're In Vain. D, E, F on the right-hand side, at least now until they switch over, looks like they're dysfunctional bowlers. So if you're looking at the letters, that's what you have. A, B, C right now, In Vain, D, E, F, dysfunctional bowlers. We're going to keep it on the scratch side right now, at least until they stop striking. Markel Harrison finally doesn't strike, but he does make the spare for In Vain. So meanwhile, while that's going on, I have a lot of bracket sheets that are over here that I have to fill in also. Doing a little bit of everything, doing some multitasking, or a lot of it. So right now, the one nice thing about this for both teams, neither team is quiet. Dysfunctional bowlers you have are over in Renteria, making noise and chirping. In Vain, just pick the bowler that you want to make noise. In terms of them, you obviously have Justin Sloan, who's known for clapping a ton. You have Kevin Miranda, a.k.a. Taco. And they're both on the handicap side. Scratch side, Markel Harrison, Rob Oriema. For In Vain, Rob Oriema. And of course I said, and this is why I'm known as the Dark Cloud, of course I said once they stop striking, immediately after I said that, there's a spare and an open on In Vain's side. But again, if you look at it, they still have plenty of lead over dysfunctional bowlers, who's again is stuck there. Now, okay, let's go to the center right now. Handicap pair number 1. Anthony Fadil right now up for In Vain, leaves a 10-pin. And again, if you're dysfunctional bowlers, you've got to make up whatever mess that your scratch squad's going to leave, because you know that 170 is not going to be much good. And if they somehow hold on to that, and Dave Nagelhout's going to be needing to do a lot of shooting if that happens, they can somehow hang on. That's going to be a major advantage dysfunctional bowler when their other bowler gets here. So In Vain needs to capitalize. Part of capitalizing is making your spares. Anthony Fadil does that. All right, now we're going to slide over. I see why we're sliding over. Let's slide over to handicap pair number 2. There's the aforementioned Rudy Parker. Does not strike here. Leaves a 6-pin. Erica Twist over on In Vain's side makes a big double for In Vain. Again, In Vain right now needs to be in that position. They want to try to get as much advantage as humanly possible.
Yes,
right now I am joined by Kevin Miranda, who says, yes, we do. Hello, Taco.
I thought there was a camera here.
Well, there's not a camera here, but I got a mic here. That's right.
You guys should have a commentator's camera where you guys can turn the camera around and talk with the people.
Well, why don't you sit over here, hang out over here? I'm sure that we can flip it over and chat with the people, or I can come over there eventually.
That would be cool if you guys did that.
So,
Live interview in the middle, you grab somebody, have a live interview with them.
Live interview right now. We have Kathleen Sloan, a former Northeast Vixens champion, and of course, because Gordon's here, she's leaving at 7. Any shot of seeing a 300, 0. No chance. Sorry. I see here free Stormball giveaway following game 2. Does that mean we're getting some trivia? We are getting some Northeast New Jersey trivia. And of course, this is the district that I've been in since the first day of its conception. So there is a lot of trivia that I can throw out there. Now the question is, should I be nice or should I be mean? That's the question. Maybe, I don't know. We'll see. So right now, Kathleen makes a spare. It's always funny to hear everybody talking. Kathleen's just like, yeah, I mean that, I should have moved, I should have done this, I should have done that. So right now on the handicap side, still a very close match, but it looks like In Vain is going to take the lead on the handicap 2, and Taco, Kevin Miranda with a double right here, will enforce that lead, get a little spacing next to it. Oh, and it's a 5-pin. Now, of course, we all know about the UBAs and 5 pins, and Taco, as a 2-teen average bowler, should not have a problem making the 5-pin. The only problem here, of course, is that there's a Gordon Pepper right here doing commentary, and anytime that happens, anything goes. Should he make the 5-pin, which I'm assuming that he will, and Vane will be up by around 25 going into the second half of Game 1. He's not going to miss that, and he will not. Dead solid. I'm going to call Taco over here momentarily. Hey, Taco. If you missed that, we would have gotten that on camera.
I know, I wasn't going to miss it. Everybody was telling me, you know it's on camera, right? I'm not missing it.
Wait, now, would you have gotten powdered if you missed that? That is the question. So what does your team do if you blow a 5-pin? What?
We just make fun of it.
You make fun of you. Okay.
Save the baby powder for the baby.
Save the baby powder for the baby. There's actually is a lot of babies on Vane's team. And I don't mean that figuratively, I mean that literally. Justin Sloan and Kathleen Sloan have got 2 little kidlets. Erica Twist has got 2 little kidlets. Meanwhile, the aforementioned Erica Twist is leaving the big 4 up there, and Rudy Parker is going to capitalize on that. Back and forth and back and forth. And this is what this match is certainly going to be. It wouldn't shock me if this is 22-18 or 24-16. Really would not shock me in this case. Now, let's go over to, let's flip over to the scratch, because I see a chain of strikes going on here. And that chain is by Robert Ramos, so we're going to go hang out a little bit. I want to see how many he's got. And Vane doing exactly what they need to do on the scratch side, despite the fact that Nagelhout right now and I've just gotten the rest of the bracket sheet, so now I can do more inputting here while we're chatting at the same time. So, by the way, for everybody just joining, I am Gordon Pepper. I'm hanging out here with my buddy Anthony Nieves. Even though he's the silent partner, he's the camera person. But we're going to be having people coming in and chatting during the match right now. Your main event here is Dysfunctional Bowlers versus Vane. Right now, it's going exactly as I expected it to. Very close on the handicap side. Scratch side, one of the bowlers for Dysfunctional Bowlers has not shown up. So right now, they have a dysfunctional scratch lineup. Vane right now taking advantage. That is the only area where there seems to be some sort of spacing. Everything else way too tight to call at this point. Though it looks like right now Dysfunctional Bowlers is starting to get a little bit of an head here in the handicap in the middle lane. Let's go over there in the middle lane on handicap momentarily. This could be a potential pivotal point on game 1. Luan Gordon right now, 4-7 up there, but that's not the bowler that I'm going to be focusing on. I'm going to be focusing on the other 2 bowlers. Both of them are on doubles right now. McKittrick right now. McKittrick right now is in on scratch. Now, the one thing that I've just been told, handicap is not necessarily in. So handicap's going to be added in, which will give us a different gauge, or even a much better gauge in terms of how everything's supposed to be going. Now, I just came back from doing Unholy Alliance, and the fact is that when you look at, and I know that you can see it on the camera. So we have that going on. That is the 7-9. That is Selly Cam worthy. I guess now it's Selly streaming worthy at this moment. Now, the one fun thing about this is that the district manager, Kathleen Weissman, or Kathleen Sloan, I should say, is bowling on 37-38, which is right where I'm right behind. So when the scores come in, she and I will both get them at the exact same time. And obviously, I'll also let you know how everything is going in the rest of the district for all of those that are interested, which I'm sure you are. Speaking of the aforementioned Kathleen Weissman, strike on her end. That's good right now. So it's going back and forth. Seesaw battle here. But now let's go back to that middle lane. So right now, as you can tell over here, if you see the mark count, now in Hudson they have two things, the two bottom lines. Bottom one is number of marks that the teams have. Now if you're old school, or me, a little older school, back in the day when we had this thing called paper or plastic and pencil or paper, and you actually had to see them up in the front end, that's how you knew who was winning or not winning, based on the number of marks, then you figured it out based on that. So they have that on the bottom, and then right over that is the current count. And right now, dysfunctional bowlers are in the middle pair. They're up in terms of marks, 24-17. But if you look at the count, it's 347 to 311, it looks like. So around a 36-pin edge. Over there, Anthony Fadillo right now trying to get things started. Almost leaves a split. Only leaves a 9. 9-pin, I should say. In Vane right now chatting, if you can tell over here, they're sort of conversing right now in the middle. Doesn't look like it's anything serious yet. They are talking a little bit of strategy. And once we get to the 10th frame over in the scratch side, we're going to look at that a little bit. I'm going to slide my mic over a little bit over here so I can get the paperwork done. It's going to be entertaining. Anthony's still like, how is Gordon going to be doing everything in one shot? And the answer is very carefully. He's just smirking at me right now. I accept all smirks. So later on today, we are definitely going to be having that ball raffle drawing. While this is going on, I'm in my mind going, what devious question can I throw out here for the trivia? There's a lot of deviousness that I can add. The question is, am I going to be nice or am I going to be mean? Now, let's look over here on the middle lane, because this right now is where Dysfunctional Bowlers is making their move. So we'll look at Justin Sloan right now. Right now, he's anchoring. That guy's good. Mike Page is that guy that Taco's talking about. Page right now, and this is where you thought in the scratch side that In Vain was going to be making their hay, and they certainly are at this point. The 170 bowler, that's what you get is 170. They don't shoot anything higher, which is no good when you have Mike Page with trip digits in the 6 and then a 3-bagger to go along with it. So he's already over 170 going into the 10th frame. Speaking of going to the 10th frame, Rob R.A.M., the anchor's up. Looks like he can punch out for a high number also. Best that middle bowler can do in Dysfunctional Bowlers, 170. And if I'm Earl Renteria, I better be hoping and praying that that other scratch bowler showed up. I believe that he has. He's hanging out there with the glasses. Hanging out, which is good because he's got a lot of road to make up for his team. And the second that I wanted to make a comment over on the middle. That's not happening. Middle bowler right now. But let's not chat with that. Let's focus on scratch. Scratch is about to be done. Right now, Bobby Linder for Dysfunctional Bowlers. But right now, Markel Harrison for In Vain can do a lot of damage. Right now, does not. Looks like a 6-8-10. I'm sorry, 3-5-10. Bobby looking to take advantage, does not. 4-pin. And again, what's, Dysfunctional Bowlers are definitely holding their own on the scratch side. Nagelhout couldn't go sheet for at least a 250 plus. However, 170 does not help you on scratch. I shouldn't say that completely. Sometimes it does. Harrison's going to finish out despite the open and a punched ball return. Harrison's going to finish with a 210. He's very annoyed with himself, and he certainly could have put up a much higher number than that 210, so I can understand that. Right now, let's go over here on the scratch side. We got 4 in a row coming up here. That's by the aforementioned Mike Page. Page looking to put a hurting on that 170. And that right now, if you're In Vain, this is where the damage is coming from. That's now 5 in a row for Page. Page right now close to a 270. And again, that's just a 100 pin difference just by that bowler alone. So In Vain taking advantage, and they may need it because both handicaps right now are in a dogfight with Dysfunctional Bowlers. So when we're done with this on the scratch, we're going to move, not yet, we're going to move over to the middle pair, but right now we're going to stay over on the scratch side. Page looking to finish up strong, he does. Finishes out with a 6 in a row. 6-bagger, back 6. Where I am right now, looking to take advantage, he doesn't. Looks like a 258 to me up there. Nagelhout right now, that string ends in the 10th frame for him. He's going to finish in the 240 area, assuming that he has any sort of decent count here in the fill ball. I'm sure he's going to, and he does. Justin Stone right now and doing what he's trying to do to keep In Vain in this on the handicap side in the center. And we're going to go to that momentarily right after we see the finish out here on the fill. So it looks like right now, I'm going to check out on the scratch side, but it looks like In Vain up by many on the scratch side, which you would expect. Now Matthew Fry Funk looks like that he's going to be going in for Dysfunctional Bowlers in game 2. Now, meanwhile, let's go over to the center lanes that we have over here because we definitely have a little bit of a dogfight right now, and dysfunctional bowlers are threatening to take away any lead that Invane had on the scratch side. Luan Gordon coming up right now. But Luan Gordon right now is not their issue. Their issue is their middle bowler right now that's been on fire. McKittrick right now looking to get something going here for the 10th frame. Leaves the 3-6-10. Ruel Renteria. Ruel, I see that Matthews showed up. I'm assuming that Matthews going on scratch side? He says a quick yes over there. Erica Twist right now. It's nice that you can see both handicap pairs going on at the same time. Erica Twist right now, well over average for Invane. Invane right now up by around 10. Potentially looking for more. Both of their bowlers, the second and third, are on doubles. I am multitasking.
Like my 7-10 split.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if I liked it as much as dysfunctional bowlers liked it. What did you finish with? 56. And how you guys are up by how much? I know a lot. That's what I thought. I saw trip digits up there. So scratch right now, and Maine is up by 103. The question is, how much are they going to be giving back on that middle pair? Ruel Renteria with the aforementioned bunch of strikes in a row. That ends. And Justin Sloan just yelled, that's all they're getting. And dysfunctional bowlers right now looking to be up by 50, looking to chop that deficit in half. And Vane right now is looking very, very good on the third side. Let's go quickly over to the M pair. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I did that the wrong way. It's dysfunctional bowlers that are up and threatening to take everything back that the handicap gave them. I'm sorry, that the scratch gave them. Weissman right now with 10 pin. Dysfunctional bowlers right now having a chance to cement the right-hand side on the handicap 2 pair. Right now, Brian Andes, your one half of your current Northeast Tag Team Champions, are up. Dysfunctional bowlers know how to bowl in pressure situations. The fact that they've had 3 titles currently this season shows that. Andes right now looking for 3 in a row, gets it. Big shot for Brian Andes over at Dysfunctional Bowlers.
Yeah, Brian.
Weissman right now, or Kathleen Sloan, I always call her Weissman because that's how long I've known her, but it's Kathleen Sloan. We'll finish somewhere in the 220s. Andes, if he goes out, we'll finish with a 225. Andes right now, that ball looks good, and it is not. 10 pin. Yeah, we're hearing some smack right now. Justin Sloan and Rudy Parker are going back and forth a little bit. Rob R.E.M. is joining the fun. I'm not sure how much of that you can pick up on the mic, but we can definitely pick it up here. finishing it off with my buddy Mike that says, it's garbage. Release the Fracken, and right now he's been releasing. So here, let's have a chat, Bobby. I'm here with Bobby Lindover from Dysfunctional Bowlers, where your scratch side is doing pretty good, except for that little guy that has 170 in the middle. What happened there?
Missing one guy really killed us. I don't know why he showed up late. He normally doesn't, but we're going to come back now and see what we can do now that we have 3 bowlers.
All right. So I was going to say, you guys, both you and Dave, bowled pretty well. So how much of a function are you guys going to be telling Matt in terms of getting on the lanes and having him make his adjustments? Because, again, he's coming in cold.
We told him what the shot was like out there. He's probably looking somewhere between 10 and 5 swinging the ball. Keep the ball away from the outside because it hooks too much. And he should be okay.
All right. I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
You got it. Eventually, when people are going to be walking around in the area, I'm going to pull them over so they can figure out what's going on. And right now, what's going on is that right now your story of the match is in Vane's taking the scratch pair by around 103. However, handicap pair right now is both of them looks like they're going to Dysfunctional Bowlers. It looks like they lost, and I don't know if the handicap is in there, but it looks like they lost the handicap pair number 2 by 41, and it looks like they're going to lose it by around 50. So what's going to be pretty close to being even.
Hollywood needs you in the back.
All right, and I'll be right back.
Here, 10 pin there. Tight. Yeah. Yeah. The second one, the 10th. Markel. Go another one, you pull it inside. It's like, all right. We get 29.
All right, welcome back. I'm now turning this area into my own personal office. Right now, your storyline has been so far, looking at this now because I have the official sheet in front of me. So right now, In Vain took the scratch pair by 103, which is somewhat interesting and unexpected. Part of that is, of course, you have the blind up there. Matthew Fry Funk, however, will be coming in, so that's now gone. Dysfunctional Bowlers, also unexpected, takes a handicap. Takes a handicap by 86 and 91. So right now, In Vain has the wood, but the wood is only 12 pins.
You lucky you good looking.
Rob Boyam and Rudy Parker getting it a little bit as we start game 2. Game 1 is usually always the feeling out session, so to speak. Once now everybody sees where everything is going, now you expect things to get a little bit heated. And again, both teams have had history with each other. And a rivalry going on. You've had bowlers that have gone from In Vain to Dysfunctional Bowlers and vice versa. So this should be fun.
Don't worry. I can do it sometimes. Yes, I did, motherfucker. A little bit. A little bit.
I'm actually going to stay quiet one moment and listen to those guys go back and forth a little bit. This is part of the UBA fun, so why ruin it? So right now, I'm not sure if people can see this, but I'm currently putting in game 1 scores also, and people are getting done here. Anthony's just sort of like, how is he doing this all? And the answer is multitasking. Right now, the bowlers are multitasking between talking junk and throwing strikes. It's still a little bit too early to call on all three, unlike game 1, where In Vain took a little bit of a lead on scratch and did not look back. Right now, everybody is sort of mark, strikes, spares, and open here at fourth. Neither team has taken any sort of definitive lead so far. But if you're just joining us, right now, In Vain's got the wood. They won the scratch. Dysfunctional bowlers have taken both handicap pairs. And that is where we are. It's fun. You're listening to everybody chatting back and forth. I don't know how much the microphone is picking up. Right now, Mike Fradkin, Lisa Fradkin with another strike coming in. Dysfunctional bowlers took, according to what I see on the sheet, they took that first game by 5 pins. Right now, in vain, looking to take the lead here. And Miranda coming in, hits the double. Big double there. In vain again, trying to hold on,
I take luck over skill all day.
or at least build up to the 13-pin lead.
Good.
Ray Funk right now coming in on the scratch side, but just doing we're going to stay over here though on the camera, and I'm just going to quickly chat as to what's going on. Double by Frey Funk, but it looks like In Vain is still under control and in control on the scratch side. Oriama right now got the front three, looking for four. Seems like, okay, fine. Dysfunctional Bowler's got a new bowler in there instead of a blind. Doesn't matter at this point on the scratch side.
For once in my life.
And 7-pin over there for Nagelhout again. In Vain can take advantage here and then start building up their scratch to another lead, which is going to force Dysfunctional Bowlers to play catch up on both handicap pairs. Does not do it though. 10-pin on for Oriama.
I got you, don't worry.
Nagelhout makes his spare. Oriama right now looking to make his. They'll keep In Vain up slightly on scratch, and he does. So yeah, we're going to keep it with scratch here for a little bit. Right now, both handicap pairs are still very early on in game two. All right, now that we've heard a little bit of what's going on over here, let's get back over to commentary. Right now, so we're looking at it, In Vain still up a little bit on the scratch. Obviously, not going to be a blowout as it was before. And In Vain was striking like there was no tomorrow game one. Not the case game two. Stalling out a little bit here. Dysfunctional Bowlers, however, not taking advantage. That looks to be sort of even. Handicap right now looks sort of even Stevens at this point. Taco's getting frustrated or loud, or I don't know what he's doing. Taco right now doing his own commentary. So let's go over the handicap squad here. Taco's getting very, very, very animated at this point. There's a reason why. Taco's yelling to his team, giving him some good vibes. And right now, it looks like Dysfunctional Bowlers has taken around a 50-pin lead on the right-hand side on handicap number 2. Handicap number 1 It looks like Invane is still up unless we get a mark here, and we do. On which side or both sides?
Come on, guys.
All right, so Raul, let's chat a little bit with Raul Renteria.
What's up?
Nothing much. How you doing, sir?
Good, man. Yourself?
Doing all right. You can see I'm doing a little bit of multitasking here.
I see that.
So tell me a little bit about how you guys feel that you're doing so far after game one.
Considering we took a blind and we're just about close on the wood, and they lost by 101, and we picked up most of that. That's pretty good. We're just gonna keep taking up and keep pushing forward, and Scratch is gonna do their thing, and they're gonna win their 2 games, and hopefully it's enough to take the wood. And we're gonna finish them out over here on the other pairs.
Well, what's going to be the key to your match today? Who's your key bowler at this point?
Key bowler at this point.
Because right now you can make an argument for Matthew Fry Funk just because he's not going to give you a 170.
Oh yeah, definitely. The difference right now between game 1 and the rest of the games is Fry Funk, but I think the match to watch out here is gonna be Kraken and Taco. They're gonna go at it and go hard with it, and we'll see who wins that battle between them two. The last one, Kraken won the battle, and that's why they won the game.
Yeah, very true. You won it by, I think, 5 pens.
Yes, sir. That was him striking in the first ball in the 10th, which is what he needed.
So now it looks like Kraken at it again. Taco's definitely chirping in his ear, trying to get him to be a little bit derailed, I would think.
But that's Kraken's game. He loves to talk trash, and he's the perfect person to put up against Taco because that's his game. Kraken likes to drink, talk trash, and give it right back to him.
Talk to me a little bit about Rudy Parker, because right now it looks like that he's beating Kraken second both in the lanes and in the verbal abuse.
Oh, Rudy's my boy, and he's gonna keep going, and he's gonna chirp, he's gonna fight, and he's gonna do what Rudy does.
So Rudy's just said somebody's got to do it.
That's my boy.
So, and of course I see over here, Towel is got the front 3 right now in the middle pair. Let's go over to the middle pair if we can, please. So right now, and it's pretty much is setting up the way that it looks like it was going to be setting up game 1. Game 2 looks like more the same, except Oriyama just left the big 4. So we're going to go scratch momentarily. Right now, let's stay over here in the middle pair. Ro Renteria, a.k.a. Tao, looking for the 4 here, and he gets it. On the scratch pair, they're quiet, they're demure for the most part. Handicap is where we're going to be hearing the noise. Nagelhart right now leaving 7-10. Literally and figuratively.
Our YouTube page.
I didn't know that.
This is only our second one we ever did. So we're like we're
Figuring this stuff out as we go along.
This will be on U.B.A. Bowling on YouTube. U.B.A. Bowling. Just type in U.B.A. Bowling in the search. Yeah, of course.
Thank you, Amanda. Get you.
was game one, but he's here now.
What is your game on?
189. Oh, me?
Didn't you just shoot there? Yeah. I'm gonna be on 5 in a row. Come on, Rob, make the move. Let's go. Ready? Come on, Rob, they're holding you up. Let's go. Get one, make it easy. You went splits. How many strikes did he have in a row? Because he gave him 5 in a row and neither shot is fair.
What?
Neither shot is fair and it has 5 in a row. Letter E.
Yeah, he went 8.
Yeah.
I don't have all this. Renteria right now. They're doing some fixing over here on the middle pair, but let's stay over in the scratch pair right now. Getting into the 8th frame. Ask you, do I have the trivia question ready? I sure do. You know, for the fact that the Northeast New Jersey Division has been one of the possibly potentially newer districts that we've had, there's been a lot of lore and a lot of history. And Rudy Parker thinks he knows what he's doing.
Yes, he does. But he's that good.
Not really thinks he's that well. I don't know if he thinks he's that good. What I do know is that right now, what Mr. Towell has said right now is coming to pass. Dysfunctional bowlers once again taking control of both handicap pairs. Chatting right now, and it definitely looks like when you see it, there's definitely more communication on the dysfunctional bowler side right now. Even Lou Wong, who is usually incredibly quiet, who's just hanging out over here. And I'm going to snag him over right now and have him chat with me over to the microphone here. Let's come over here.
First time on the mic. What's going on, Gordon?
Nothing much. How you doing?
I'm all right.
All right, so how do you see you guys doing so far? Because right now it's pretty impressive.
Doing pretty good. Hold on one second. Gordo, could I see our paper?
Yeah.
The red one.
Can you get it?
Yeah, I'll give it right back.
Okay, give it right
back. And I'll give it right
Okay.
back. I think we're gonna give the scratch pair a break today, and
That's so nice of you.
And we try sometimes. Plus, I don't get the ball much on special occasions, so I'm gonna try to do my best. Go off. And there's a little bit of crap talking, so I'm a little more motivated.
So far, so good. I wish you guys the best.
Thank you.
So right now, that was Luan Gordon over at Dysfunctional Bowlers. Dysfunctional Bowlers doing exactly what they need to be doing on the handicap side. Frey Funk right now lighting it up on the scratch side. This could be potentially a 3-game sweep here by Dysfunctional Bowlers in game 2. And In Vain had the wood, and right now if things stay like this, they will no longer have the wood.
God damn, I'm good. Two doubles in the same game. Oh my God, I look like I know what I'm doing. Don't even play that ball.
Rudy Parker starting to go off. It's bad enough if you get Fradkin. Now you got 2 of them. Justin Sloan is now joining the fray from In Vain. I'm not sure, though, if it's not too little too late. And Taco right now is the only one that's not talking.
It's hot in here. It is super hot in here.
I'm trying to channel my inner Justin Sloan.
Oh my God. Still early.
Well, it's still early. It looks like game 2 is starting to get a little late, though.
Remember, there's 3 games.
It is 3 games.
3 games.
You're In Vain. You do not want game 2 to start to get away from you, though.
All right, Rob, come on, guys.
All right, relax there, pretty boy. Fine.
Keep us close. Let's go.
Justin Sloan is saying he's absolutely right. Keep this one close. Right now, however, that is the last thing. That is the last thing that Dysfunctional wants to keep this close. Andy's right now on a 6-bagger going in, and while at the beginning it looked like it's going to be close right now, at least on the handicap side, Dysfunctional is trying to make this not close at all. Right now, both bowlers are up by over 100. I'm sorry, both handicap pairs are up combined over 100, which will give them, again, the lead. Now, in terms of the overall wood, and again, if you're In Vain, you want to at least try to cut the damage down, maybe get some more points on the scratch side. Right now, as we look over in the scratch side, Dysfunctional Bowlers lost the first game by 103 on scratch. They won the second one by 46. And they're already up here on both the middle and the end on the handicap. Dysfunctional Bowlers win big on the handicap side, 120 to add to their 5. And in the middle, they're going to be adding to that. So Dysfunctional Bowlers are now going to have the wood easy by close to around 200 pins here. Game 1 they did. Game 2 also? Yeah. I'm sorry, I take that back. And Vane won the second one. I see that. Thought the minus was a plus side. My bad. So in Vane won that by 46. However, Dysfunctional Bowlers are doing exactly what they did game one. They won both handicaps. Taco's trying to chat his team. His team needs to do what in game three, what Dysfunctional Bowlers have done this game.
We're still here. One bowler can't beat three. Let's go.
Come on, guys. They covered us. You guys can cover yourself.
All right, Markel, good shot, kid. Pick us up. We need everything from you guys right now. Everything. All right. Help us out here, guys. All right. Come on, guys, all of it. Push, push. Yo! Let's go! More! Let's go! Give me another one. Come on,
Aunt, one more. Let's go. One more. Hey. All right, Rob, come on.
Man, that was so bad. I'm so bad. Yeah, let's go. Come on.
Come on, one more. Let's go.
Give me another one. Come on. Let's go. One more. Give him a chance on the body.
Come on.
Give him a chance. I think that guy in the middle can strike again.
I think you're good on the first cut.
Left side rolled up over here. 10. I got it. Oh, I am up.
Huge run right now by Vane. Definitely trying to make a comeback in this game. Maybe Taco and some of the other people overheard me knowing that they've got a big hole they need to fill. This is a good way to start filling it. Right now, though, it's Raul Renteria that has the chance to put this functional bowlers up. Hits the first. Big shot for Renteria. Now keep in mind, in Vane's got a bowler at the bottom with a double versus a spare for Dysfunctional Bowlers. So in Vane's definitely has a shot at this one.
All right, give me 2. On the hop! Yes, sir! Go! There you go. Who sat around who ain't got no 10th frame? That was Bob. That was Bob. It wasn't me. You.
Very, very nice score. 279.
Come on, make a touchdown. Make a touchdown.
Big shot from Justin Sloan right there.
Guess you should have shot Trey. Short!
Here comes in Vain on game 3, but let's finish out game 2.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Tom with a huge strike in the 10th frame. Justin's got to do it again. He doesn't. Big 4. That will be enough, however, for In Vain to take the game. However, for overall Wood, they need to make up a decent amount of ground. It is not impossible, though. It's still definitely makeable.
That's why we bring coffee with us.
Come on, Rob. Keep it going over there. All the help. All the help we need. Let's go. All of it. Go hook. Check it all you want, baby boy. I'm just trying to live my best life. That's it. I saw him stand it up again while he was throwing it back here.
All right, once I start game 3, I'll come up with a trivia question.
Turn it up.
Actually, I got one.
I saw him stand it up back here. All right, out of trouble, Markel. No, I got my own in the back. We good.
Yeah, definitely 360. Definitely with that.
I know, I'm a jerk off. I use 500. I didn't go outside. I rub it on the floor. Fuck all that. There's a parking lot right there. All right, Brian.
Are you ready for the trivia question? Here's your question.
Way to show up in the tip when they need you.
Ready? All right, so in the New Jersey Northeast Conference, there are 4 teams. There used to be 5, but there are currently 4 teams that make Lodi Lanes their home. Name all 4 teams. I am. Hang out right here. I'll get it done for you right now. That's a fun little question, don't you think? Little current. I actually should read it in the New Jersey Northeast District, not conference. I apologize on that. But it's still the same thing. There are 4 teams in this district that make Lodi Lanes their home. Name them. And obviously, if you don't know off the top of your head, you can definitely do research on it. That is correct. We got a winner very quickly on that. Yes, Lou Apostolisko, and that is correct, sir. In vain, of course, one of the teams that are here right now. The other 3 teams are Good Brothers, Misfits, and Legacy. I'll be right back. I got to distribute some scores, and we're going to watch beginning of Game 3. And right now, looks like Dysfunctional Bowlers are starting to take control here on Game 3 on the scratch side. Let's go over there. Middle pair is trailing I shouldn't say trailing. They're not going as fast as the other pairs. Right now, Dysfunctional is not dysfunctioning. They're definitely dysfunctioning right now, especially that top bowler with the front 5. That would be Rudy Parker. Rudy, one of the spark plugs for Dysfunctional bowlers. And right now he's sparking. He's got the front 5.
Hey, don't worry about it. Come on, help me out.
You know, part of what I have to do here when I'm doing both brackets and writing at the same time is, of course, I need to go chase around and grab score sheets also, which I don't have. But I have them now. And right now, what Invade has is that they have a whole bunch of strikes as they're trying to make up ground here in Game 3. Now, they have two issues that they have to deal with right now. Number one, they're already down in the wood. Number two, more importantly, they've got to make up what they're currently losing on the right-hand side in the handicap, and they also have to hope that their scratch side picks them up. Right now, it looks like their scratch side is doing just that. Scratch side right now looks like that they're going for the sweep in this case. And so right now, there's two pairs worth of plus that it's got to take care of what's going on the right-hand side.
Hi, Rudy.
Sean and I were supposed to know those two, Felix and the other.
Meanwhile, while we're doing this, I'm typing in scores and chatting. Oh, did he really? I'm sorry to hear that.
Stand up, baby.
took over. Knock that shit off.
Another day at the office, huh, Dave? Gotta figure it out. I went to that, just to be sure.
U.B.A. congratulations to Dave Nagelhart with a 300.
I'll say, ain't nobody even realized it.
on, Luke. All right, Luke.
go, Fracken.
I had him the whole way. I had him right where I wanted him until like the last minute.
Fine. Hey, you gotta do something here. Let's go now. Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you.
Pick it up, Tommy. Why, you guys got to finish up? That was you.
Hey, man, Blind Squirrel from the acorn every once in a while.
That was you.
Hey, Blind Squirrel from the acorn every once in a while. What? Enough? Like I said, Blind Squirrel.
The reaction was so bad. What?
Be quiet, hold on.
Hit it up.
Alright, you got robbed again, man.
Hey, what's your game one?
95?
95. Say what? What the fuck you doing the last ball?
Gotta want it. All right.
Pick it up.
Gotta get first. Let's go.
He said he had a print.
Hey, come on, give me time.
He said he had a print.
Go back there with the stuff. I'll take it.
Mom, let the record show. I beat Raul.
Nice. Yeah, thanks. Hey, this one more, give you a strike.
Shot 279.
That's not too
I love you, Brad. I come the way you are.
What do you say, Tom?
All right, Tom. Hey.
Great fucking bowling team.
Afternoon, UBA. Here we are at New Jersey Northeast. Tour stop today. We had a feature match between Dysfunctional Bowlers and In Vain. We had a little afternoon interview here. Kathleen, how'd it go today?
We didn't execute the way we should have. Two of our bowlers sincerely struggled, and we lost overall by 39 pins.
Fuck that. We bowl like shit.
All right, well,
Our bowlers bowl like shit.
Justin, how did In Vain bowl?
Congrats.
In-
Our bowlers bowl like shit.
Raul, let's go over to the other team. Raul.
What's up, man? How you doing? Well, we had a rocky start to begin with because one of our guys had some car trouble, got here late. We took a blind the first game on scratch, so that set us back. But we kept fighting and kept going and had faith that we were going to rely on each other and fight through it, and we did.
I know Dysfunctional, I believe, is in first place in our division. In Vain's sitting fourth or fifth. My team had a pretty good day today against the Dream Team, so it looks like it's going to tighten up at the top a little bit. What's the plan for the rest of the season?
Regroup and move forward. Regroup and move forward.
We should have had Justin do this interview. Raul, give us a little. You guys got a lot of gold you're holding on to over here too, right?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And working on trying to hold down all the belts as much as we can and holding on as long as we can. So I have a cruiserweight match, number one contender. Hopefully, I can win and go on to win the cruiserweight belt next month. And so does my uncle. He has a welterweight number one contender match today.
All right. Good luck to you guys. Good luck to, I know Dave's bowling in some matches, and good luck. Congratulations, and we'll see what happens to the rest of the season. Long way to go still.